After a long time, now we can finally track Meta's information using the official API, using high-level magnetic funnels, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm already sharing my screen with you here. First thing, right? The first thing you need is a number connected to the official API, regardless of whether it's coexistent or the traditional API, right? Here I have two numbers on the traditional API, and they are connected. I can receive and send messages. If you can already do that, the first step is done. The second step is to have an ad running for your WhatsApp channel. So here I have my number connected. You saw that on the previous screen, I showed that I had two numbers connected. I have both numbers here, but you'll notice that one setting here is different, which is this one. You need to activate it. That's the little detail. So if I were to run it for this one, I have to come here, manually activate this, click on done, and then it's ready. The second step is done, and now let's move on to the third step. The third step is to create custom fields so you can track this information. I'll show you the fields I have. So here I'll click on folders. I created a folder just for this tracking. When I click here on tracking, I can see all these fields here. All the fields need to be simple text lines, which is the text field. So when I click to edit, this single line text field is the single line text that appears. There's also multi-line text. This is the single line text, and it's what you'll use for all of these here when creating these fields. If you are using an unofficial API, using Estavo or using WhatsApp, you need to create these fields with specific names because they have configured it in the back end of the tools so that when the contact has these fields, and we're talking about these variables here, they are always sending information to the contact, these variables here, from conversion source to source ads. As long as you have these fields as single line text fields, this information will come through. But you need to maintain this naming standard. With the official API, you don't necessarily need to maintain it, but if you're already working with an unofficial API and you already have these fields, you can reuse them. That's what I did. So make a note of these fields here. I'll also put in the description of this video the fields you need to create, but all of them need to be, this is important, okay guys? All of them need to be single line text fields. The single line text field. And after you have these fields, now comes the fourth step. Our fourth step is to create an automation. You need to use click to WhatsApp ads as the trigger. This is a new trigger available for you to capture leads that came from WhatsApp. And you can still have some filters here. In this case, for example, everyone who comes through an ad with the headline, "Talk directly with me." They will enter this automation, but I also have filters for the ad ID and the ad URL. You will also be able to capture all this information in the fields. I'll show you. So this here is the trigger. Logically, if you want everyone coming from the ad to enter the same automation, you don't need to set any filters, but you will need to set the source type to ad because that's the field that will come with some of these options. There's post, which is organic post. There's ad, which is advertisement, and unknown, which when it can't identify, it's unknown. The origin, so that's how you set up the trigger. Here I have an internal notification. Here I create a node, and here I basically put all the parameters that come from the official API. To get this information, what do I have to do? Click on this little tag here where you find all the variables. And when I go all the way to the end here, there's click to WhatsApp ads. And when I click here, I have all this information. So I have the URL of the ad or the post. Here I also have the origin of this lead, whether it's an ad, a post, or if it couldn't be identified, which is the unknown case. The ID of the ad or the post. The headline of the ad or the post, the description, which is the body of the ad or post, the type of media, the URL, image link, video link if there is a video, thumbnail link if it's a video, then there's the thumbnail link, and finally, click to WhatsApp, click ID, or for those more familiar, CTW, CLID. So I take each piece of information and I put it here. The title of the information, the name of the information, and here the variable, what will be inside it. So for everyone who goes through here, a note will be created with this information, with this title here and these details. So I will see all this information in the contact. And finally, I have this action here to update the contact where I'm reusing the fields I had already created before for the unofficial API. So I'm putting CTW ACLED in CTW ACLED, source URL in source URL. And you can see here, the variables, and the only real difference is that in the title I put the headline because I could have created another variable for that. So here I thought it was better to reuse the title to have that information saved in the contact. And I'll show you the result of this now. And here is the result of this automation we did from all these steps we had to take. This is how the leads appear here, right? All of them will have this score here in this option. In the fourth icon, when you go from top to bottom, you can click here to see the scores. And here I have the ad URL, the source type, the ad ID, the ad headline, and what was in the ad description, right? It's already in the post description that you add when creating the ads. The type of media saying that the image, there's an image URL here. This link doesn't stay available for very long, right? But here I also have other information, and most importantly, the CTW ACLID is here, right? If it were a video, I would have the video URL and also the video thumbnail, right? But since it's not a video, it's an image. I only have the image URL. And when I click here, look, on the ad URL, I can see the ad that generated the lead. See? And since I set up that filter for talk directly with me, this lead here went through that automation. And here at the top, you can see that I've even already added it. Now, in this section, these are the details I chose to save here in the contact fields. So I put the headline here. In the title, the source type, I put it in the source type, source ID, source URL, and also the CTW ACLID. The same information I have here in the note, I also have here. So I can access this URL to see where this lead came from and also to understand which ad it was. And besides that, I have other cases here, the same thing. So I can see that this one came from another ad, so this one is one, this one is another, this lead came from a different ad. And I can also see that it was from an image, and if I scroll down to the tracking section, I'll see other saved information. And now I'll just compare it with the API. It's not official. In this case, I was running ads through WhatsApp, and here is the information that came in. So here I have FB, ads, Facebook, CTW, ads, which is a WhatsApp ad. We have the ad title as well. It also shows up here. Source type, the ID, the ad URL, and here the CTW ACLID. The information is also here. And one thing we can do is work with the reports. So here, I have this report where I'm using it as a filter, right? So here inside, I can edit, I can click here, edit, and here I made a counter. So using this numeric widget, I put leads generated because the only condition I'm setting is by clicking here on condition. And I set it so that the source type is not empty because the source type will always have something. If the person came from WhatsApp, then this is my way of filtering only the leads that came from that automation, which is the click to WhatsApp ads. And this other one here, I made another type of chart, which is a bar chart. I put a contact counter, and here I set the view by, which is to group by the source URL, by the field I created to store the ads URL. So here I can see that one of these ads generated leads for me. 3 leads, this one 2 leads, and this one only 1 lead. And if I click here, I can see the leads that ad generated for me. Because I won't be able to open the ad from there, but I can click here on Judite. The first message that appears already gives me the ad's URL, so I can click here and see which ad it is. So we had actually already seen this ad. And this way I can keep monitoring on my dashboard. So now I can put the metrics of my ads on the dashboard to see how many leads each ad is generating. And I can also save other information that comes directly from Meta. CTW ad least is one of them, and we have another lesson where I show how you can send this data back to Meta so you can send conversions based on your pipeline. The lead was generated. You can move the lead to a different stage in the pipeline and send a conversion through HighLevel integrated with Make. I hope that soon we'll be able to send these conversions directly through automation actions. Here, just like we can already do with funnel conversions, with lead conversions generated through forms and also from Instagram. But now I hope they're already working on the possibility of sending the CTW ACLID as well as a conversion parameter. So that's it. See you next time.